Exactly.
The Kangaroos, wow, it's been a shocking second half of the year, a confronting period of their footy club, it must be said.
It has been, Hutch, and it's the way they're losing and the lack of spirit that they're playing with. We'll just look at some numbers first before we chat about Rhyce Shaw, but these are damning numbers. I just said, can you show me the numbers where they're bottom 4? And they're bottom 3 pretty much in every key department that you'd want in your footy club. And this is coming from Rhyce Shaw at the start of the year, who thought they could play finals and be competitive. And I'm really concerned for Rhyce. Just the way he has been in the after-match press conference, it's taking its toll.
So glum, hasn't he? So glum and so despondent. You feel desperate for him. He cannot sell that football team. He is at a loss, as he keeps telling us. And I can't see a way out for him in the future. But in the short-term future, he needs help, Matthew.
When you're an effort-based coach and there's no effort, it's hard to know what the fallback is. I mean, and it's hard to see have they bottomed out? Yeah, they're still their best players. Are still, I know they've got some injuries, but they're still better players or older players.
Ben Buckley has to carry the can for this. It was his decision, and it wasn't the current CEO who put the coach in. So I think Ben has to do some serious soul-searching.
Rhyce Shaw, of course, his press conferences. Let's have a look at those over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not an acceptable performance. That's what it is. I'm a bit at a loss, really. I think this week's going to show a lot and tell us a lot about what they want to do. I think our performances suggest where we are and show where we need to get to. We're 17th on the ladder, and we've got to make change, and we'll make change, and because we've got to get better as a footy club.
Not selling a lot there, is he, to the North Melbourne fans? Now, their brand has been that shin-boner, contested, hard, tough footy. Once they've lost that and they're uncompetitive, then what have they got to go on? He needs help in the coach's box, Rhyce Shaw. I want to have a look at who's supporting him right now, and it's not dissimilar to Matthew Nick. So there is the coaching panel. Jade Rawlings has been around the place a little bit, Jared Moore, Gavin Brown, Heath Scotland and Lee Adams. So if I was North Melbourne, my number one priority is to get someone who has had senior coaching experience and surround Rhyce Shaw with that. So whether it is a Brendan Sanderson, whether it's a Don Pike, I don't know, a Michael Voss, let's have a chat to Ross Lyon, because he needs to learn the lessons that these young coaches that had a go first time and failed, they learned that they can pass that on to Rhyce, because right now he doesn't have enough support.
Ross Lyon's not going to go and work at North Melbourne.
I'd have a chat to him, Caro. What's the harm in having a chat?
To offer him the job, or to say, come and help Rhyce Shaw?
Well, if Ross Lyon is prepared to play a different role and do that, and he was up for it, then you would. I'm not sure. I haven't heard Ross bang down the door that he wants to be a senior coach again, so you definitely have that conversation. He was one of 5 names I've mentioned, but he needs support, and it needs to come from someone who's got that experience.
There is some decent and really strong assistance there among those around him, but I think they went to Paul Roos this time last year, you may recall, and obviously goes back a fair way with Rhyce Shaw. He would be the one I would think in the back of their minds they'd be looking at, even a day or 2 days a week to support.
It doesn't work that way. You can't have part-timers. You need someone to come in full-time.
It's a really interesting time for assistants. We've seen Lenny Hayes and Brad Miller walk away from the game pretty much, saying, well, the cuts that clubs are being asked, assistants who do massive hours are being asked to take, they're walking away from the game. So,
Dale Morris is...
People couldn't afford Paul Roos when there was money around the competition. Am I kidding? I think Aidan Corr is going to the North Melbourne Footy Club, and one little bit of good news, he announced his intent to seek free agency today with the GWS Giants.